Shalom. So today we're going to look at Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands, with her deeds, right? So a few instances are like changing ordinances, right? And I'm going to keep it very simple. For example, you live a normal life with your partner, right? There are many different ways of living out there. You know where you and your partner stand, right? Now you might meet some other friends, whether at work or on a holiday trip or wherever it is, right? Now you see that lifestyle and you start to move with them. Those people, and sometimes they're even single, or sometimes they're married, but they're just wild of the world, right? Now you try to take onto that lifestyle that they're living and do what? Now you start to do everything. You start to go into your budget, live above your means. You know what I mean? Taking on to all these cosmetics. Say you are a natural person. No makeup, no a lot of cosmetics. No, you go into all of that, right? These are just simple ways. It can go deeper, right? But for time's sake, I'm just keeping them short. Now, another example is insecurity, right? So, for example, your last few relationships, your partner went to a foreign country to work, right? And they just never came back. Now you meet a person who has no desire of going to a foreign country or no intention, right? But let's say an opportunity come for him. Now you start to create this whole big scene out of it. Start to project already what he will be doing over there, right? He If you hear him on the phone and it's with another female, say it's a brother in the truth and he's counseling or doing whatever it is, right? No, it's a problem to you. You start accusing him of all these things that he is not doing. That can be very draining. That can be very, tormenting. It can be very nagging to constantly be accusing somebody of something that they don't even intend on doing. You start to see other partners that he has that he doesn't even have. Your own insecurities are creating these imaginary people and you're projecting them onto him, right? So there's a jealousy that comes out of our own insecurities, and it can be very destructive to our relationships because no one wants to wake up to that every day, right? Also, with this jealousy, where sometimes women will do this to want to see how the guy really feel and or if the guy care about them. So their method is to do something that will cause him to feel a form of jealousy, and then they will take that to say, oh yes, he cares. But you know what happens sometimes with that? You tamper with the trust, right? It's very different from a woman who is actually, say for example, you're doing that with your mother, like you're texting your mother and you want him to think that you're, whatever. That's different because you're actually innocent in that act, right? Not innocent altogether because you're provoking a reaction, but innocent to say, okay, it's actually your mother on the phone or your sister. But when you're doing things with other men to provoke that reaction, that's very demonic. And you know what happens? How the Most High deal with these situations sometimes? Because the Most High will make you think that you have so much control over yourself. So now you're tying with other men just to provoke that. And when push comes to shove, guess what? You failed at controlling yourself. Now you stir up things even worse, right? So the same things that you were accusing him of, you end up being the one who do it. Now you don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to come to him, So guess what? You're even more angry at yourself, at him, at the entire world, because you can no longer find peace. So you start to accuse him even more, right? So you don't want to do these foolish things to destroy your own home, right? Now, another thing is envy. This sister has her husband. No, you want that. You already have your husband, but you just see the lifestyle of this sister with her man. No, you covet that. You're lusting after that. No, you're making immoral comments, inappropriate comments. No, you start to move against your own home just to pursue after a desire, all out of envy. Because you cannot pay attention to what you have here. You are so much on to what you don't have that you lose everything you have just to get what you don't have. Right? So that's one way how a lot of women destroy their home. Now, another thing is polygamy. Right? This is something that a lot of people kind of keep down or don't want to talk about or something, but we cannot pretend as if it does not happen. A lot of women are polygamous in nature, but they try to, what can I say, suppress it with the Bible, right? So guess what? Rather than if for example you're with your husband and now you start to feel a certain desire coming up, like you have an attraction to another man, you don't go to your partner and say to him, hey, I realize this has been happening lately, right? You don't do it. You keep it in the shadow, and that's what the spiritual enemy wants. He wants you to keep that as a secret, so now he can control you even more. And this is why a lot of us don't understand the power of confession. You see, denial of this desire is what caused a lot of women to, have all these sexual immoralities and never really take heed, never really spend time with themselves, cannot be honest, right? Whether it be desires that are resurfacing or whatever the case might be. You have been out of touch for so long, or whatever the case is, motherhood life, then the old version of yourself starts showing up. It's important for you to let your partner know. You have to understand your spiritual enemy does not like union. His duty or his nature is to go against union. This is why you see a lot of single women, they don't make terrible mistakes like people in relationship. And this goes for both men and women. His job is to destroy union. So when you have a real relationship, that's when you have to look out for him. And that's when you need the support of your partner. Right? Once you're out there, you are no problem to him. If you're a single person out there, you are no problem to him. When you become a target for Satan is when you get into a marriage. That's his job. And the more you hide things from each other, from your partner, that's the stronger he will be, or the more influential he will be in your life. No, one other thing that women do is they'll disregard the attention they're getting from their husband, but they care a lot about the attention they get from other people. So guess what? You're at home all the time with your husband, you just look whichever way you want to look. But the moment you have to go out, that's when all the cosmetics come in, all those beautiful dresses and so forth. So when you go there, you get all these compliments, but you don't care about him when you are with him. You have to do this for your partner. And a lot of women in religions, they have this mindset that, oh, spiritual, not carnal, not the flesh. Stop it. Stop it. Remember when you met your partner. How was it? What were you doing? How did you carry yourself? Alright? So again, don't use this to destroy the fact that the physical attraction is also necessary. Right? Stop using children that you had 10 years ago to say, okay, you accept. No. Stop making excuses for not taking care of yourself and also pleasing your husband. Right? Now, the last thing on this list is rejecting your partner through sex, or using your weaponizing sex as a method to get what you want. That's a foolish thing to do. At what point does a man really put out to please a woman? When he himself is satisfied, he himself is pleased. So you take care of his sexual needs and he will move mountains for you, not the other way around. Because you know what happens? You're opening doors. Rejection is very, very powerful. So once he starts to perceive that you are rejecting him, and then he starts to go out there to fill that void, then you have something else to blame him for. Something that you started. Stop weaponizing sex as a way to get what you want done. Communicate with him, do whatever you need to do, but stop opening Pandora boxes. Right? These are just a few ways how foolish women destroy their home, destroy their relationship, destroy their marriage, destroy their families. Shalom.